someone on TikTok made a post that said something along the lines of like, if the aunties don't give the young girls like the tea, like they're not gonna kind of know what's going on. And I guess I'm an auntie, like I'm 40, so I'll take it or whatever. But it made me think, like, we saw our moms probably go through heartbreak. Like if you think back, like certain music that they were playing, maybe they demeanor or they didn't want to be bothered, or you heard like the arguments or something, but you never, unless your mom talked to you like that, like our parents, like millennials, our parents didn't really like give us like the tea like that. Like, I want to know what your boyfriend did or what my daddy did. Like, I need to know, so I know what to look out for, whatever. The one thing that popped in my mind is grooming. I know sometimes it's not 100% that grooming happens when there's a dynamic of older man, younger woman, but the likelihood is typically higher. So the term grooming, just think of like a piece of clay that you want to mold and groom into what you want it to be. So that's typically why men like younger women, because you're fresh into the world, you don't know a lot, so they can take you and mold you into what they want. So that's typically where you find the relationships where all the women know is how to please that man. And it can go into not only just for heterosexual relationships. This can be true for any type of relationship. Men, women. So yeah, it's not just for men and women, but it's typically where the woman or the man sole purpose is to please their partner. Your partner is teaching you all the things that they love, and you never quite learn what you love or what you like to do. So so I feel like this relationship works for a short period of time until that person that's being groomed either gains knowledge or grow up. And there's power in both. Because when you gain knowledge, you kind of realize what you were into, so you can kind of do a little bit of research. And then you grow up and realize, I don't know anything that I like. I only know what he likes. You kind of get into, I don't know anything that I like. I only know what they like. I've been groomed that way. I've been molded that way to take care of their needs, whether it be emotionally, around the house, sexually. That's a major one. You know how to please them sexually, but you don't know what pleases you sexually. You never had the experience. Again, taking you from when you're young, you didn't have any sexual experiences, or you didn't have many, in order to figure out what it is that you like. So a lot of times, because there's a statistic that shows like a large percent of women never have orgasms, and I think a lot of it comes from women thinking that the pleasure, we are supposed to please men, but it's a two-way street. Like, your man is supposed to learn your body to please you as well, just like you learn theirs. But back to the grooming, I think it's really, really important to figure out early in the dynamic of the relationship, is this something that I'm dealing with? Is my partner way older than me, and is my partner kind of like, I don't know, it's so tough, because some people do it intentionally, and then some people, I can't even say it's unintentional. Because if your sole goal is to have this person fully meet your needs and you never plan to meet theirs, that's intentional. But just some things to look out for. If you only meet their needs and they're not considerate of yours, if there's a huge disparity in your age, that's something to consider. Sometimes there are also huge disparities in finances. Typically, anything that can be used against you where they are above you. It's deeper. It's psychological. Like I wish I can find the words to like describe it because it's it doesn't sound as bad as it is. Like, yes, of course you want to please your partner, but it shouldn't be to the extent to where you know nothing about yourself, if that makes sense. Like, I know everything that they like. I know nothing that I like. I put 100% into making sure they reach their goals, but yet I have no goals and no one helps me. I work a full shift, but I still have to take care of all the children and all the household responsibilities. Like there's a disparity there. Some other things that you can look out for in being groomed is just the reciprocation. Like, am I the only one giving and doing, or is this a partnership? I'm just trying to describe like the what it could feel like to a young girl because it could initially start off sorry on my neck. It could initially start off feeling okay, like you have an older man, he love and care for you, but at some point it switch. And because you're so young and impressionable, you don't quite understand what's happening. And by the time you look up, you've already been molded into his his slave. Or by the time you look up, you already been molded into a woman. This is the thing. Okay. So by the time you look up, you've already been molded into a woman that you had no say in. You had no say in what this woman likes, loves, cares about. You have no say in how she want to dress, how she want to be seen, how she want to show up in the world. You just turned into this woman. It wasn't from influence from other women. It wasn't from influence from your mom or from your grandmother. It was all male identified. It was all influenced by this one male. So all you know is how to please and satisfy this one male. You wear your hair the way he like your hair, and you have a hard time making a decision on changing it because it may affect him. You dress how he thinks a woman should dress, and you have a hard time choosing your own personal style. You have a hard time choosing your own personal style because you're worried about what he's going to think. So again, you became this woman that you had no say in her development. That's what it is. You became a woman and you had no say in the development of this woman. This woman was molded and put together. You had no say in it, but now you are her. Wow. A woman was molded from clay. You had no say in the making of said woman, and now you're to be said woman. Wow. A woman was formed and molded. You had no say in how the woman was formed or molded, like a Barbie doll. You had no say in, besides the basic shape, you had no say in anything. This woman was formed and molded, and now you are to be her. You're cosplaying as a woman that you had no say in the making of. That's powerful.